Hello, my name is Johannes Mounts, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Exalt Edge capabilities that we're showcasing. So what you can see in this scenario is a use case where we have a construction equipment on site, and we have three of the Leica MS-60s, the multi-stations, and we equip them with the Exalt Edge capabilities in a way that they're now able to collaborate and communicate with each other directly in the edge without the necessity of any central instance to control them. So I'm going to showcase this to you now in a way where you can see the multi-station just next to me is actually the master device, which is given a set of tasks to do, as we call it, workflows. And as you can imagine, on construction sites with heavy machinery moving, you will have a lot of movement on the site itself, so eventually this device might go out of operation just because a truck is blocking its line of sight. So what happens is, as these are equipped with the Exalt Edge capabilities, once you have one device blocked in its operations, it will recognize that, talk to the other devices, hand over its instruction set, and the second device will then come up and take over its tasks. And this is really done by the devices itself, no need for human interaction. So once again, if I show you the device, it will hand over its task to the second one, which will carry on with its tasks. The first one can then continue to work on its given task before, and the second one, having the workflow itself, yet then still is able to see around what other devices are there and forward its workflows to the devices itself. The main idea for that is really that you gain the advantage of the full power of a Leica MS-60, what you have, but in addition, with all of these three equipped with Exalt Edge capabilities, they actually form one holistic big job fulfiller, so to say, by leveraging the power of the three of them in real time at the edge by handing over these workflows. And once you start to work in this use case, and I'll yet block another device in its operation, it will move on to the second one, which I'll block now. So the second one will recognize this one already carried on, but the third one is available, so the third one will actually come up and start to work. You gain experience, you get the data where it really, the source of the data is at the edge, and you come from a descriptive and diagnostic way to use data to a predictive way where you can see, okay, this has happened in the past, how likely it is going to happen, and once you exactly know that it's predicted with a certain level of accuracy, you can even go one step further on the edge by doing prescriptive actions. So you basically know why it's happened, if it's likely to happen again, and you already know what to do in the case of that it's happened again. So the devices by themselves decide autonomously on the edge, and the three of them can do it consensually then as well. With this, you can see the Exalt Edge capabilities in a construction environment. Let me now introduce you to the Exalt Edge capabilities within a smart factory environment. What you can see here is the full power of a Leica Absolute Tracker 960 in a smart factory environment. So it is collaborating on one hand side with a robot that's, for instance, here performing a welding job and improving in process the accuracy of that very robot. And on the other hand side, it is also possible to support after production inspection, even with man-made operations that you can see over here. So we have two 8960 laser trackers as well, being able to collaborate with each other and hand over their tasks. So if one of them, by human interaction, loses line of sight, the second one will come up and immediately take over, and this powered by the Exalt Edge capabilities. So on one hand side, you have a robot which is moving a lot, and there you have potential loss of line of sight. The second one can immediately take over in real time because they're handling over the workflows. And on the second part, what we'll show, that if we walk over here at the end of the production line, you can do part inspections with the so-called T-probe of a laser tracker. So the tracker itself is measuring the position of the T-probe itself within 6 degrees of freedom, and you're measuring in the micron area the accuracy of the tactile probe here. So obviously if it's if it's operated from my side, I will potentially measure it like this and block line of sight with one of the devices. As soon as I'll block line of sight, this device will going to mention it to the other laser tracker, which will then immediately take over, that I don't have any downtime while doing this inspection. On the other hand side, what you can see is as well, if we do this inspection and we have this laser tracker here supporting actually a robot, what happens is if the first laser tracker comes out of operation, you can see the second one is supporting it over here. And so if you quickly, if I'll block it here from this side, the laser tracker will hand over its tasks to that very device and it will immediately take over. So there again, by the single individual and the power of an AT960 system from Leica, by adding those with the edge capabilities enabled, you basically take another leap by having collaborative devices on the edge, handing over workflows and tasks, and yet being still able to leverage the full power of AI in the future, obviously with the data that you process on the edge. This is the edge capabilities demo of Hexagon Exalt, what you have seen. Thank you for watching.